Alright, what's going on, guys? Nizu here. I want to show you the, this is the strategy guide for Ni no Kuni Wrath of the White Witch. This is a 400-page strategy guide from Prima Games. It's got an all-white, I really like the clean look of this strategy guide. I have a couple other strategy guides, the Final Fantasy strategy guides that came out. The one for Final Fantasy 13 and Final Fantasy 13-2. It's got that very similar all-white, clean look. So the feel of this guide, it's got a really nice feel, like those silicone or those gel skins you get for handheld devices or smartphones. Something like that. It's almost got a rubbery kind of feel to it. Feels great. I actually have a couple other guides that feel somewhat similar, and yeah, here I'm trying to figure out if it feels kind of like my Final Fantasy 13 strategy guide, and I do the old school paper bag book cover thing, but yeah, it kind of feels like the Final Fantasy 13 guide slightly, but it really feels like the Borderlands 2 limited strategy guide that came out recently last year. I'm just feeling books here. That's what I do. I like to feel out the books. I like to feel out what it is that I'm going to read, or I try to catch a feeling off of a feel. But it does include an exclusive DLC code to unlock the Gold Hurley Familiar. The familiars are basically pets that you pick up along the way, and they fight with you and your party. It also has complete charts showing all details on every type of creature, maps with maps with locations of all the hidden items. Solve every puzzle, defeat each boss, and find all hidden treasures. Detailed spoiler-free walkthrough for the entire game, including the full list of errands and bounty hunts. Normally, I don't get strategy guides to cheat my way through the game. I always like to find my own way, but when you've got a game this large with so many different items, so many different enemies, sometimes it's impossible to figure out everything on your own. So here's the contents. You've got game basics, section on familiars, the actual walkthrough, tasks, the appendix with the creatures, spells and characters, items, ingredients, trophies, interviews, image gallery, and the heart of Ni no Kuni, which is where the concept art is. So here you've got the game basics. It's got some tips from Drippy, familiars, recruiting familiars, familiar geniuses, gaining new tricks and command slots, familiars, celestial signs, feeding your familiars, familiar growth patterns, familiar metamorphosis, so which familiars are the best, the flow of combat with familiars. So here you've got the walkthrough itself. You've got some nice maps there and points of interest, and you've got some character sketches and tips throughout the walkthrough portion of the guide. Here's the tasks section. This is a section that explains about all of the errands, basically side quests that you have to do throughout the game, and the prerequisites for what you have to do to accomplish each task. Then you have the appendix section. You've got all the enemies and the creatures. Good and evil. Weak and powerful. All the bosses, what their health points are and their magic points, what they're weak to, their resistances, what they drop, what you can steal from them. So you've got all the character profiles here, all the items in the game, weapons, a lot of information, and this guide is extremely comprehensive. Gems, trophies, and then last but not least, you have the heart of Ni no Kuni, which is basically all the extra stuff that I love to see. You've got interviews with Akihiro Hino, who is he's the writer. You have an interview with Ken Motomura, who is the director of the game. Yoshiyuki, he is the creative director from Studio Ghibli that worked with Level 5 to create the game. He is the gentleman responsible for the brilliant, colorful animation. And the concept art, the image gallery and concept art. Just amazing. And then you have the image gallery, all the characters of the game: Oliver, Allie, Drippy, Philip, Myrtle, Leela, King Tom, Esther, Swain, the White Witch, Alicia, all the scenery art. You've got a complete diagram and breakdown of Oliver's house by floor and room. So much detail. Painstaking work went into creating the detail and world of Ni no Kuni. This kind of detail you would never see this kind of detail in a Pixar movie. These are the items, all the weapons basically for all the characters. So many animated films now are just created from CG, and Studio Ghibli is one of the few that are still hand-drawing. Studio Ghibli and Disney. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Just wanted to show you or give you an inside look at the strategy guide for Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch. Feel free to ask me any questions or leave any comments below. Take care. We'll talk to you later.